Hello, little champs. How are you all? I hope you all are fine and healthy. So, welcome back to your EVS classes. So, students, in today's class, we are going to start with a new chapter that is air. So, let's see the learning objectives of this chapter, that what all things we are going to learn in this chapter. So, first of all, we are going to learn uses of air, that how useful is air for us. Then we have breeze and storm. So we are going to learn the difference between breeze and storm. Then we have smoke and dust in air. So we are going to learn about smoke and dust that is present in our air. So now student, air is present everywhere. We breathe air. We cannot live without air. Air has no color. We cannot see air. So now students, do you all know that air, it is present everywhere around us. But we breathe air, right? We are breathing air inside us, right? But we cannot live without air. So students, just imagine that you have to stop your breathing for a 2 minute. So can you stop it? No, because we need air to breathe, right? So that is why we cannot live without air. So air has no color. We cannot see air. So students, just understand one thing, that air has no color. We cannot see air, but still air is present everywhere around us. Even right now also, air is present everywhere around us, right? We cannot touch air, but we can only feel air. And how we can feel air? When air is moving. And do you all know that moving air is known as wind? So now students, let's see the uses of air. So air helps us to breathe. So now what air is doing? Air is helping us to breathe, right? We cannot survive without breathing. We cannot even stop our breathing for 2 minutes. So that means we cannot survive without air. We cannot survive because we need air for breathing. Then we have air gives shape to something. So students, whenever our football is deflated, so that means that there is no air inside the football. So can you play with the football? No. So that means you have to fill that football with air. You have to inflate that football, and after inflating the football becomes circular, and now you can play with that football. Now next we have air helps to move things. So students, you must have seen kite flying, right? And do you know that how kite flies? Kite flies because of the help of air only. So if there would be no air, there would be no kite flying. Even our ships will also not sail. Our hot air balloon will also not rise if there won't be any air. Then air helps birds and aeroplanes to fly. So just like air is helping kite to fly, so air is helping birds and aeroplanes also to fly. Then air helps in burning. So students, do you know that if there would be no air, so we cannot burn anything. So you can do this experiment also, that if you are going to create a vacuum somewhere, there would be no burning. So that means that we require air for burning. Now next we have breeze and storm. So a soft wind is known as breeze. A very strong wind is called as storm. So now students, we have seen that moving air is known as wind, right? And when this wind is blowing softly, this is known as breeze. And when this wind is moving very strongly, so that means it is a storm. So now students, next we have smoke and dust in air. So air becomes dirty due to smoke and dust, and dirty air can make us sick. So now students, do you all know that in air we have smoke and dust, and this dirty air, it is making us sick. And from where these dirt and dust and smoke are getting inside the air? So smoke from burning things. So whenever we burn anything, so this smoke gets inside our air. Then we have smoke from factories also, and do you all know that smoke is also released from the vehicles? So that is why it is said that we should limit the use of vehicles, that we should not burn our waste, because all these things, they are creating smoke inside our air. So trees make the air clean. We must plant more and more trees. So now, do you know that how this air is purified? So our trees are helping us for purifying this air. So trees are making air clean. They can absorb all the smoke and dust. So that is why we should plant more and more trees, so that we can inhale pure air. So now students, on the basis of the chapter, you have this exercise over here in which you have few questions and then you have activity also. So I want you all to complete this exercise and this completes our chapter. I hope you all have understood this chapter and now I'm going to meet you in the next class. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.